what's going on, everybody? It's Darkfish here, and I will be doing a Fortnite tips and tricks video for box fighting and turtling as well. I decided to make this my first video, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and you guys should watch this fully through so you have all these tips that you can learn and stuff like that whenever you are in a box fight or in an arena match and you need a turtle. So let's say that you have a box like this and you have the pyramid and floor above the opponent's box. Most of the time you just do a double edit, shotgun them or whatever you're gonna do, like that. But I'm gonna tell you why that this is very, very dangerous, and frankly it should be changed. Because most people just expect the double edit if you have both of them on them. You can get a shot on them, sure, but they can also get a shot on you because you're highly exposed. I just flicked myself off there. But they'll still expect it, and it's still highly dangerous. But to make this less dangerous, what you can actually do is, if you see right here, a roof, as you can see, does not take up the entire floor. So if you look off to the side right here, you're going to want to place a floor above your ramp right there. You're going to want to look off to the side, and you can actually edit the floor first instead of the ramp. You can edit like that and then edit the ramp and get a shot on them. They'll be highly unsuspected because if you do that, they can see it poking out, they hear the edit, they know what you're about to do. If you edit it like this and find the floor, you can actually edit the ramp and then shoot them. It'll catch people off guard, and that's what all box fighting and turtling is about. So this one is very good if you want to just do a simple edit down and kill your opponent without them knowing. The next thing that you're going to want to do is if you're turtling. So let's say that you're in a turtle box like this and you edit out with a Dorito. You're going to want to edit out. You're going to want to reset edit so the wall is back down. You want to do this because if there's anybody trying to break into your box, or one by one, they can break in and then you can edit on them or do whatever you're going to want to do without them being able to get a shot on you, without you being able to reset the edit in time. So every time you go into a new box, reset edit, reset edit, reset edit. And if you do this, somebody's breaking in your box over here, you can just edit out, shoot them, you can edit back in, and do all that. So let's say if somebody's in a box and you're trying to steal their wall, but they keep on replacing it because they're turbo building it. There's an easy fix to this. One thing that you can do is you can actually place, you're going to want to edit it to the corner. You can do it like that. You can go
bam, oh, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
You can break all of that if you do that. It's a very good move, and it's been used by pro streamers and stuff like that. So that's one thing that you can do, but you can also do this if you're trying to turbo build the wall like that. If you're trying to steal the wall. So what you can do is you can actually turbo build a ramp in front of it, and they think that you're trying to turbo build a wall. So out of the window, but little do they know you're turbo building a ramp. It builds a ramp over them, and then you can edit down like this, and then get a shot on them, and then re-edit, and then do whatever kind of edit you want. But watch out and make sure that they are not in front of the ramp, or else they can ghost through and shoot you. And they can be right here. They have to be behind the port where the ramp is, or else this will not work. So it only works in some situations, but it's very useful. It'll catch your opponent off guard, and you'll be able to kill them easy peasy. It's just very good for box fights, and so is the other one I just showed if you're wanting to try to steal a wall. Talking about stealing walls, actually, this is another thing that you can do here. Is if you actually do steal a wall, you're going to want to try and do a fake out edit. I'm sure a lot of you know about this, but for those who don't, a fake out edit is basically where you'll edit a window and then edit back very quickly. So you want to try to steal their wall. Like if they're going to shoot the wall out thinking that you're still going to be there, and then you can get a shot on them if the wall is destroyed. And then just do it over and over again. It's very useful, especially if you can actually edit quicker. My edit button on controller for Xbox is actually left stick. It says I use B, but I don't. I use left stick instead. It's just quicker for me than using B. B still works, but as you can see, I didn't make the whole time very good. and it just works better as left stick. So if you haven't changed your thing, if it's still B or whatever you use on PlayStation, left stick would be a really good thing to choose, even for anybody, for Xbox or for PlayStation. Left stick would be a very good edit button to choose, and not for reset edit or anything like that, because I still use B to confirm and right stick to reset edit, as you can see. But I would just use that just in case you ever need to, just in case you're in a fight and you need to edit quicker. That is the way you can do it. The next thing that you're going to want to do is actually a choice in the settings. So if you go over to settings, we have all of this over here. I keep my sensitivity at 8 and all this stuff. It's probably not the best thing to do. I just like higher sensitivity. Most people aren't used to it. Building sensitivity and edit sensitivity are max. Again, people might not be used to it, so it's not worth copying down. But you're going to want to go down here to auto, and then you're going to actually want to put on auto open doors. FBI, open up! Now what auto open doors does is it does right when it says if you put your cursor over a door, it'll automatically open. Now, why would I want this on? Well, if you're ever in a box or anything like that and you want to get out and you do a Dorito edit like that, out of the wall, and you accidentally make a door, it'll automatically open and you won't lose momentum. See? You won't lose any momentum because you automatically open the door. It doesn't automatically close doors, it just automatically opens doors. So you won't lose any momentum, as you can see right here, or as much momentum. You might lose some of it just because it takes a little bit of time to actually open the door. But it's much better than if you just accidentally make a door, or like, oh, I have to open this, and then you're just not expecting the door, you're expecting a Dorito edit. That's just something that you can do. If you ever, I highly recommend it. If you're not using it, then it's just something you're missing out on. Unless you're so good at editing where you never ever mess up an edit ever, which is highly unlikely, especially for console. It'll be like, oh, you'll accidentally edit a door sometimes. It's just if you're not using this, then you're truly missing out. It's just something that's so useful, but it's so small, but it can make such a big impact on momentum if you're ever in a fight and you need to edit quick. And the final thing that I'm going to be showing you guys today is what I call the Dorito tunnel. You're going to want to be doing this. Now I guess you know why it's called the Dorito tunnel now. You can tunnel like this, and you can place floors above it. It'll confuse your enemies so much, they won't even know what to do. Also, it fits in a double Dorito edit like this. It fits almost perfectly. You can just do that, and then place 2 more like that. Put some ceilings over it. Do whatever you want with this. Build some walls around it. Close them off and stuff like that. You do whatever you want with this right here. Because it can go to endless creativity and stuff like that with just how you want to do this. Because it'll catch people off guard. It'll also be kind of hard to shoot you. And if somebody's trying to go through this, you just place some walls around and stuff like that. And you make some traps and stuff. And if anybody tries to get in, you can actually 90 out of it. You can get out of it easily, climb up off of it, 90 up, grab high ground, do whatever you want. This right here looks insane. Nobody's going to know what to do. They're going to try to break through. They're trying to get through all of this right here. They're trying to find where you are. You're resetting and editing a ton of things. You're 90ing up. You're placing ceilings everywhere. This is what will catch your opponents off guard 100%. They will not know what to do. They won't know where to go. It can be better than normal tunneling in certain situations if you have more room. And it's just very funny to watch. It's like your opponents just try and go through this labyrinth of just Dorito edits. And you can do whatever you want. You can even reset some of the edits to where it's like that and that if you want to. Do whatever you want with this. Make it your own. Make your own tunnel. And it'll be effective in battle, just like edit. But yeah, that's gonna be about it for me, guys. If you want to see more videos from me, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell if you're ever gonna want to see more of my uploads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more of these Fortnite tip videos, I could do more for like more of my more like ramp rushing and stuff like that, high ground retakes, all that kind of stuff. If you want more of that, just let me know in the comments. But I'll also be doing some Fortnite challenges, and if you want me to do anything different on the channel, also let me know. I can play other games like Human Fall Flat. But that's it from me, guys. Have a good one. Bye.